Happy Friday, or whatever day it is when you see this video, but I'm posting it on Friday. I know a few of you wanted me to show you how I made the table and the ornament actual design, so I'm going to show you. Everything I designed is in Canva. If you don't use Canva, I would love to teach you, but you will have to message me and we set up a one-on-one. Let's get started. Of course, we're going to pick the size. In the video, remember, I got a 16 by 20 print. So I'm sizing my design in 16 by 20. And I'm going to be honest, I don't remember what the table measured, but I'm still going to show you how to do it. Of course, go ahead and get all your images uploaded that you're going to use for your table. And you just basically going to add all of them just once, but we're going to end up duplicating all the pictures. Now, I do have Canva Pro, so I am using the background remover, but it's different ways that you can remove a background in an image without Canva Pro. You just will have to, look at YouTube videos on how. I don't know because I just went ahead and purchased Canva Pro. I ain't got time. I like to do everything in one app, and come on, just give me Canva Pro. All right, so what you see me doing here is removing the background, but it ended up taking all my picture. So I just restore everything back that I want to come. And then once you get everything back on there, you just say done, and boom, the image will be back. This is not a beginner-friendly video, but I can definitely go in depth. I just prefer doing it one-on-one because I know some people know how to use Canva, some people don't. And I don't want to make my videos too long going step by step. And then the people who know, they don't want to watch. Or I don't want to go too fast and the people who don't know, I missed something. So if you need more in-depth, teaching, we can definitely book and schedule us a one-on-one because your girl don't gatekeep nothing. But just try to catch it while you can because it's not as hard as it looks. Upload all the pictures, remove the background on everything. Once you remove the background, just slide them out the way so you can get to the next image. Okay, cool. We got all our images. So now you just basically laying them all flat, but don't overlap the images that are going to actually be in the circle. So let me show you what I mean. So go ahead and get rid of all the space that you can on the image and get ready to lay them out. This particular design, I did do a bunch of the same pictures, and that's only because she only sent me 5, and I wasn't able to get one of them because it wouldn't remove the background. And I'm gonna be honest, y'all, I wasn't about to erase every single detail from their background, so I just used what I had. Right, of course, now you pick your color for your background, which I did purple, and then I'm going under elements to search for some stars. I don't know, galaxy just came up in my mind when I was thinking about this design. So once you find the galaxy that you like, you of course line it up with the image, overlap the sizes, and then you're going to position the galaxy to the back. So you go over to where it says position, push it all the way to the back. You could have just pressed to the back. I just be extra double tapping, but yeah, push it all the way to the back. And then I like to turn on the transparency just so it's very faint, but this part you do it how you like to do it. Move those pictures around, overlap them, but don't cover them all. And then once you get them laid out, then you can start basically adjusting them in the circle. So just lay everything out. It don't have to be perfect because remember, these outskirts of this 16 by 20, we won't even be using. We're going to be cutting it out. So you really only caring about what's in the middle. You can put different elements between your pictures too. But this particular one, I just wanted it kind of like newspaper theme. You know how things be stacked on each other? People be taking papers and gluing them on top of each other. That's the vibe that I wanted for this table. So right here you seeing me click on the image and I'm putting it backwards. Now, of course, if you know Canva, you know the difference between back and backwards. So you just want to line them up how you want it to look. Me personally, when I do graphics, I don't want any boxes on my images. So like her with the scarf and her dad in the back, how the one at the very front has the box on it, you don't want that in your images. You want to make sure no image has a boxy corner on it, you know, if you can. You know, some stuff gonna have a box, but you want to try to remove that boxy look as much as possible. So get everything moved around, lined up. Again, this is just a remake. This is not the original one I did, but this is the same concept. So yeah, now you see me on that one, and I'm about to move it to the back so that boxy look will go away. Ooh, it just drives me crazy seeing boxes all just big on a graphic design. Like, ooh. But yeah, go ahead and move the images to the back that belong in the back. They have the boxy look. Get them all out the way. Try to fill all your spaces so that you don't have big gaps. Now, remember in the video where we measured the table? This is where that comes in handy. So you're going to go over to your elements and you're going to look for a black circle. So remember in the video where I told you to measure your table? This is where that comes in handy. So now you'll go to your elements and search for a black circle. You want to just get an outline because this is what's going to help you gauge to know where to cut. So you line your table up with the same width and height of what you measured your table to be. Y'all, this one step saved me so much time and so much wasted supplies. Because if I wouldn't have put this circle around this image, y'all, I would have been through. The project would have been through. But this is what took me so long because it took me a while to just click in my head and say, oh, just put a circle on top of the image. Thought I was going to have to cut. I don't know what I was thinking before I made this table, but it came together. That's why I said, if you don't know, go and take them people class. But if you want to learn for free, subscribe to me. Hey, they rhymed and I wasn't trying to make it rhyme. But if you need me to actually go one-on-one, I'm not going to lie, y'all. Y'all going to have to give me a little $20 or something to show you. Little 20, you know, little 24 hour. I'll show you. But yeah, this is definitely a skill. This is definitely a skill. But I'll try to teach as much as I can for free. I promise. So yeah, you see me moving the pictures around, get everything in a circle. And you see this bottom right picture that's hanging off the circle. Make sure you have the circle brought to the front and all the images pushed to the back. Because when you go to print this, you don't want no mistakes. So I'm just filling in the empty spaces that I saw. Got everything moved around. Brought to the back. Yeah. I don't like any open spaces on my graphics. It just does something to me to have open space. Something needs to be right there. So boom, you line it up. And those little crossing lines on the screen, that lets you know that your work is centered. So boom, move everything to the back. All right, and then I'm going to bring the circle to the front. Boom, there we go. Now, of course, you want to add your razzle dazzle. So for whoever you're making the item for, this one was for my friend's dad. So in this case, I'm just going to say, rest in heaven, Dad. That's not what I put on the one I gave her. But I'm just showing you. Remember, this is just a tutorial. I like bright colors, so white is always my go-to. And then, of course, I go find my favorite font, which is apricots. And then go over to effects. Click outline. Once you click outline, you're going to click the little color down there. Change it to the pretty purple. Boom. Look at us. Almost done. And then you're going to take it. You're going to go to effects. Go to shapes. Click curve. And then you're going to put it to the curve that aligns with your circle. And, of course, I wasn't leaving it in the middle. So I put it in a cute little spot. Lined it up. Moved it around. And bingo. Get your solid line. And there you go. That's how you design an image for a Bluetooth speaker table. You just cut around this black line. I'll insert the clip of me cutting it just so you can kind of see what I mean. But yeah, you pick what you want the center to be like, but this is how you get the measurements of the actual table. Hey child, there was a free little class for you. And again, I'm not going to ask you for no money to teach you this, but I do ask that you like, share, and subscribe. And don't go nowhere, we ain't done. I'll show y'all how it's going to come out. So again, the one I just designed is not the one I used, but it's going to be the same concept. So you see, the one I actually used, I made the pictures bigger and I stacked them. You control how you want your design to look. You could literally put one image in the middle of this circle and let that be your table. It's your design. It's your creativity. I'm just showing you how to actually get your measurements right. You found this video helpful. If you made this table, definitely reach out. I want to see your work. Message me on Facebook. My name is Lovely, Lovele Hamilton. If you got questions, shoot me a message. Take a picture. Say, hey, Lovely, what I need to do, what I do wrong. If we can't figure it out by text, then I would definitely recommend the 101. But other than that, again, I'm a girl's girl, and I do not gatekeep. So y'all get on over here and learn some of these free game. And if you're seeing this video before the actual table video that I made first, definitely go check it out, y'all. Definitely, I dropped gems on that video. Step-by-step instructions on how to spend what? Less than $80. And you could really double the price. You could really profit 30, 40. It depends on your city and, again, your creativity skills. Because this is custom. Like, this all custom. You could really charge what you want to charge. And if you buy, the people gonna pay that. But all right. Enough of me yapping. Y'all see it here. Cut it all the way around. Get all the image that's past the black line. Just get it off. Yeah, just go and clean it up. And remember, this is a adhesive poster from Walmart. I will leave the link in the comments. It is a sticker poster. So you just peel the paper off the back and you sticking it to the actual top of the table. Once you stick it to the top of the table, you're going to get your equal parts resin. Measure it up real good. Make sure it's measured and stare it like flick of the wrist. Pour it on top, you done.